Welcome to tarot time. And it's so dark outside. It's so cloudy here in the Catskills. How dark is it? That I actually have my windows open and a ring light so that I'm well illuminated. But anyway, welcome to tarot time. If you're watching this as a video, we'll get started in a few minutes. Usually, I let the live people come in. We might talk a little bit about current events or what's going on, and then we go into some tarot work. So we do a meditation card for the week, 3 card spread. I have other divination tools. I may get messages, coming through from spirit, from the master teachers, and that's basically it. So let me pop my glasses on and say hi to you guys. And hi, Chris. Yes, we hope you feel better, Doreen. Sending you lots of love. Lots of love. And hi, Meryl. And welcome, welcome. Hi, Millie. Claire, MDR, Chris, Judy, Mr. Floyd's channeling, Brooke, Colleen, Lisa, okay, Peggy, all right. Anybody that MT, Michael, welcome. Anybody that I'm missing, Brooke, if I didn't say your name. All right, I just say my personal hellos. It's just kind of a way of using up some time, to let the live people get their notifications. Let me grab some water. We're gonna dive right on in. Yes. All the inmates are. I mean, the community's here. Just teasing. So, first and foremost, very, very powerful full moon coming, and a lot of you are feeling the energy. There's very significant energy spikes we've been experiencing. And it's causing a lot of purging. So a lot of us, including myself, are having some physical symptoms going on. With me, it's my skin, but whatever it is with you guys, it is. So as these energies keep increasing, it's like, vibration, frequency, cosmic radiation, whatever you want to call it. It affects our energy fields, it affects our bodies. But the idea is that spirit or source, that which guides humanity, it's preparing us for our quantum leap in consciousness that's actually happening, a collective quantum leap, and trying to help us clear our systems for upgrades, for spiritual upgrades. So if you've been going through it, this full moon is going to be really powerful. It's tomorrow. It's a super moon. It's in 27 degrees Aquarius, with Uranus, the planet that rules Aquarius, forming a T square with the sun and the moon. A full moon is a sun moon opposition. So Uranus is at 27 degrees Taurus. So they're all in the fixed signs. Sun 27 degrees Leo, moon 27 degrees Aquarius, and and I can't even think anymore. Uranus at 27 degrees Taurus. So we did a whole live stream that took up about an hour yesterday, talking about this full moon. And there's likely to be a lot going on in the world. There's likely to be a lot of changes going on in our own lives. Uranus is the planet of surprises, sudden release of energy, evolution, revolution. The Democratic National Convention starts tomorrow, right on the full moon, when this T square is at its peak. The planet of surprises squaring the moon and the sun. I don't know. There's going to be a few surprises or a few odd events, I think. Do we think that Harris is indeed going to be nominated? Probably, but others may make a little bit of noise. Back before the debates, when Biden was still the candidate, I'd actually predicted that one of the candidates would step down, and that happened already. But I alluded to my belief that both might step down, but by the election. Now, that would happen in October, but now that we're getting closer, I'm honestly not sure if it would be Trump that steps down. I mean, he's got a lot of legal issues going on, and a lot of things going on, or if it's actually Harris that steps down. But I still think there's going to be a change before the election comes out. I could be wrong, and I'll eat crow if I'm wrong. It's a little bit of salt and pepper, not too bad. Goes down a little rough, just teasing. Sorry for you guys that are eating breakfast now. I'm talking about eating, birds that eat carrion. But anyway, that's beside the point. So hi everybody. Oh, and Brianna's birthday's tomorrow, so you're gonna get a real charge with this full moon energy. It's a super moon, so the moon's closer, the effects are more powerful. So we're going to see a lot going on. Now Uranus is in Taurus. It's been in Taurus for a while. Taurus is money. Taurus is security. Taurus is the financial system. And we've talked about a while with the financial systems crashing, or the term I use is imploding. And before August began, I think my prediction, I wasn't predicting a crash. I mean, we did have a crash, but that wasn't my prediction. What I predicted was it was going to be very volatile, up and down. So we had a crash. I mean, I haven't heard much about that since. So I'm guessing that the market stabilized since the tumble happened. But there's certainly more to come. So ups and downs with the economy, lots of stuff. But Uranus is also about evolution as well as revolution. So more revolutionary activity coming in. And, this is going to affect our personal lives also. I'm talking more right now about current events and stuff like that, but there's a reflection going on in our personal lives. There's an evolution and maybe a revolution happening internally also. The idea is we want to ascend as nature is guiding us and assisting us in our ascension with all these planetary things, all the solar activity, which is light code activations that peaks every 11 years. But this year has been even more so than what we experienced 2012 to 2014. That was the last solar peak. A lot of people had awakenings then. I think exponentially people are going to be having awakenings. And I've talked a lot recently about the collective quantum leap. It's something that spirit, or the master teachers, the group of interdimensional beings, came through me through channelings. And I look at what other teachers are saying. It's certainly a term that others have used. It's not just unique to my channeling and my perspective. So people have different names for it, but it amounts to the same thing. When there's a quantum leap, there's a shift to a higher level of energy, a higher frequency, just like when electrons leap to a higher energy level, where the term came from. So that's happening in consciousness. And we've had all these light code activations from the sun. We had the very, very powerful Lionsgate portal this year, followed by a pretty intense Perseus portal, or with the Perseus meteor shower. I can't even keep track. We're in another portal that's connected to another constellation. If anybody knows what that is, you're free to comment that. And also tarot times are community time too. So I'll tend to interact a little bit more with you guys on the chat. And a lot of people are sending during some healings. He's had a protracted virus. And happy birthday to Brianna. And so guys, keep the conversation going. I won't see everything, but keep the conversation going. And very good. Good. So what else? What's come on new? Hi, Suzette. We were 44. Now we're 45. And 11/11. Maybe we passed 11/11. Because that comment came in 11/11. What a coincidence. So anyhow, that's basically it. That's just sort of the generalities. A lot of changes and things in our personal lives. I feel like Spirit's saying, just don't hold on to things. Just sometimes we really have to choose our battles wisely, like which battles are worth letting go of, and whatever is going to enhance your energy and help with your growth. Any battles that are challenging that, let it go for a while. This is a time, Mercury's still retrograde. This is a time to be more internal, to be in the heart and expand the frequencies of the heart. That's pretty much the cure-all for everything. So the more in our heart we are, the less subjected we are to outside programming, and the more we can be in the safety of the eye of the storm, which is our heart chakra, while everything's changing and turning. And that's the idea. We want to stay safe as the world changes, as the old facades fall down, the house of cards crumble, and then humanity figures out how to rebuild on a stronger foundation based on humanitarianism, community, love, sharing, rather than greed and separation and power over others, which is how our society is run currently. So gold has gone up. Darn it, I should have gone on gold earlier, shouldn't I? When it was around 2000, gold has gone up. Silver's gone to 29. I'm in silver. I'm not in gold yet. Gold is tier 1 asset, and both gold and silver were not bankrupt or default. And Michael has been telling us for a long time, gold, precious metals, it's the way to go. It won't go bankrupt. Gold is, for all of modern society, I think you can even go back to Egyptian times, and I'm not positive about that. Gold has been the measure of wealth. That hasn't changed. What's changed is the politics, the taking currency off of the gold standard, essentially making it worthless because it's not on a gold standard or precious metal standard. It's just something that the governments can print or spit out on a computer. Say, look, there's money here, basically. But once it's on a standard, then it's real because there's something tangible that you can measure the wealth by. And I think that would help to at least soften the inflation regression cycles or recession cycles. I mean, and so that's good. 44 in chat. Nice. Thanks, Mr. Floyd. Missing out on your needs. That's true. That's out in the news. They will mostly cut rates in September, which will drive gold, silver, and Bitcoin up. If you have stock, make sure you have the stock certificate in possession. If not, you don't own it. It's great advice. Thank you. And there's a good company. Michael knows about it where you can buy and sell gold. So very good. Hi, Jessica. And well, to anyone who can afford to invest in anything. I get that. I mean, I have my kilo of silver. That's a relatively small investment. As money keeps flowing, I'll probably invest more. I think at some point, and this has been predicted by some groups or organizations, that silver is going to go sky high. Maybe even by 2026. I think part of it is that it's used in a lot of stuff that there may be shortages that go on, but excuse me, there's always other things as well. Sorry, have a little tea. But anyway, hi Pauline, and anyway, thanks Michael for sharing that with us and with this community. And once I get to a certain point financially, I'll get a really good financial advisor and really look into things like Bitcoins and cryptos and other things, and maybe the financial ways of the future. But gold, platinum, silver, these are things that hold value, right? So I should link the home to my page also. But thank you, that anybody that wants to do that. And last night, the way things work, the way Spirit works, I did my live stream. I really haven't been sleeping. Last night I may have slept 3 or 4 hours. Virtually none the night before. So I got home after doing this live stream from my office. It's about 40-minute drive from my office to my home, and then I like to do a little bit, like a half hour, 40 minutes of evening yoga. So I was looking for some music, and then I got a notification. That's Jared's Radar's channel, or Radar, if you pronounce it that way. Had Gary, what was his name? Gary, doing like gongs, and I love gongs. I'm a Kundalini yogi, so gongs are really in my blood. And then they were doing other instruments, and he, toward the end, he was doing a didgeridoo that was just, oh my God, it was incredible to do yoga and to have that gong music. So that's the channel. So he does a lot of Vedic yoga stuff, meditation stuff, Who else is in? Let's see. We have Millie has a YouTube channel. Um, um, um my brain's a little bit soft today. I'll put it that way. Oh my God, what's your name? Well, Mr. Floyd's channeling channel, Josh's channel. He does channelings with Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael almost or virtually every day, so, and they're very very good. You can check that out. Who else? I don't know if Lakeside Laura's in, but she has a channel. Millie. If I miss anybody, post your channel. Post your links even if you want to. If I miss anybody that has a YouTube channel, yeah, Brooke, the gongs were really powerful last night. They were great. Yeah. I was saying I have a soft brain. Okay. Well, we will make a good pair then, won't we? So Costco. Michael's saying something up on the chat a little. Hi, Ross. Here we go. The BRICS nations are meeting in September. Their new currency will be called the unit and will be backed by up to 40% gold and other commodities. They also meet in October. Good news. Depending on how the how the BRICS nations and how that lines up, like who's in, who's not, how that affects what are they called? The seven, the group of seven, or I can't keep up with stuff. And all 159 countries in BRICS. That's a lot of countries in BRICS now. Understand first and foremost, precious metals are not an investment; they are wealth. You are converting fiat dollars that have been saving into real money. You will at when you need it. All right, that's a good distinction to know about that. Thank you. Yeah. So let's do some tarot. I mean, it is tarot time, so let's do some tarot also. Yeah, for whatever reason, his channel's hard to find because you keyword who the and you get the who basically. And I finally figured out to do the at symbol, then who, then underscore, then the, and I think that's how I was able to get his channel to come up. So this is I don't understand. I'm glad you guys are a little bit more up on world economy than I. Okay. I think I get the gist of that. Yeah. Well, could been going on in Venezuela happen in the U.S.? I feel like they're saying in certain segments and certain facets it can. Because again, this is the time of evolution and revolution. Only one letter separates those two words. Sometimes you need a revolution for there to be evolution because the collective consciousness at large is quite thick-headed, and it's programmed by forces that don't want things to change. They want to hold on to the wealth and the control and the power. So change happens, very I don't want to use the word hard, but very. There's a word I can't think of it. It takes energy, focus, and daily work because there's so much that's trying to obstruct and block our growth and our change right now. But perseverance and staying in your heart, avoiding frustration when you can. For me, that's a biggie because I get frustrated very easily. But I'm getting there. I'm getting better, and so if I can do it, you can. And staying in the heart, or if something gets you out of the heart, returning back as quick as possible. And the more people that do it, the softer consciousness gets, and the more applicable it is or pliable it is to energy and frequency, and things will change. Things will change. What else are you saying? Basically, the Western world. So here's another comment on BRICS. So basically, the Western world will be on ruin as the BRICS have been slowly, methodically stocking on gold and silver. They have their own version of SWIFT called Thank you for sharing this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But if you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, what's the line after that? If you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, don't want to know you anyhow, or something like that. Back in the days of Chairman Chow. So lots of meditation. Yes, yes. Yeah, mass migration, that's happening. Lots of refugees. Lots going on in Europe and England, Ireland, with lots of demonstrations. This is all forecast, well ahead of time by myself and others. Freedom of speech rights, definitely getting hit more and more. From what I've heard, we're seeing people actually getting arrested for things said on social media or other outlets, but that's in Europe. But usually what happens in Europe happens in the States a month or two later, to be honest. And then Mike saying that BRICS will not need the Western world and their debt. Approximately every fourth month, we add another $1 trillion to our debt, which is outrageous. There's just so much that's out of alignment, that's that defies logic. We were talking about Mao Zedong a minute ago because of the Song Revolution. It's like the Western world's had over 70 years to figure out communism, but yet we openly trade with these countries, and dare I say, incorporate some of their values now into our governments. That 70 years to figure that out. China, the biggest threat to the free world, but we'll keep trading with them because we can get a good deal. But there's more to it than that. So you have to understand everything is orchestrated. There is a grand plan and part of the grand plan is they want everything done by 2030 to have basically a new world order. So we still have 5 or 6 years, but that's part of the grand plan. I started studying this in the 1980s. Now it's called Cabal and Deep State, but back then it was called the Grand Plan. And anyway, back to tarot. It's tarot time. Yes. Yeah, MDR saying the First Amendment is definitely threatened. I think it's beyond threat now. I think it's shredded, personally. It's like, you have violated community standard. We are going to put you in Facebook jail. What I do, I only thank people for wishing me a happy birthday. That happened last year, my birthday. I went through the list. I thanked everybody, and I got put in Facebook jail, basically, for spamming. So anyway, Big Brother is watching. All right. Okay, tarot time. So let's do our meditation card. Yeah, I'm gonna build a cob home. I love it. Yeah, very good. Michael Mars saying our government has been infiltrated years ago, decades ago, right? Look at 9/11, and there's stuff going on before that. If anybody has, like a week to read it, if it's still available, I think it's an 800-page document called the Noriega Papers. I was privileged enough to read bits and pieces of it, and I'll just say OMG. I'll let you guys check it out. See what it says about Bin Laden. He was like the number one wanted man in the world, but it took the finest intelligence 10 years to find him and do away with him. 10 years. According to the Noriega Papers, he was on the U.S. payroll back in the day. Now, mind you, he stood 6'8". He's on dialysis, so he needed medical attention. So it's like, how do when we have satellites, they can find a penny on 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. They can't find the most wanted man in the desert riding a camel that needs constant medical attention. It's like, Emperor's clothes, anybody? look, mommy, he has no clothes. So, this is part of the awakening. It's like we've been so hypnotized, so programmed and hypnotized that it's like the obvious contradictions people aren't aware of. So as we awaken, we start to become more aware of these things. Oh yeah, cancel culture. Yeah. All right, I've got to stop looking at your comments. Otherwise, we'll never do tarot. It's like, all right, don't get me started on this. Okay. um, so let me just clear my mind a second. So this is our meditation card for the week. Um, And we got the Judgment card, the card of awakening. That is Archangel Gabriel with the horn. Gabriel blows the horn, the masses awaken. And we know of Gabriel's communication also. So Judgment is the card of awakening. It's key 20 in Chaldean numerology. Number 20 symbol is the awakening or the awakener or something like that. And we just had Lionsgate. We have this incredible spike of awakening. I think this is saying, as a message, this is our time to reach our next level. A handful of you joined me up in the Catskills for the Lines initiation through the goddess Sekhmet through me and the master teachers. I got the initiation also. A lot's changed. The way I feel, the way I see things, a lot's changed already. I don't know about you guys. It's going to take some time for that to set. But that's what an initiation, that's what it is. It's an awakening. You die and then you get reborn, but your rebirth is a new you. It's the same you, but it's a new you. So how do we meditate with cards, or how do I meditate with cards? Oh my goodness. You guys are good with your comments. Keep them coming, even if I have to focus on tarot and I can't see all of them. Keep those comments coming. So we meditate, like any other meditation. You get present, you get open, you stop your thoughts, you become the observer of breath, the observer of body, the observer of everything, focusing on nothing. Get relaxed. So the next step is, this is the Morgan Greer deck. If you don't have your own tarot cards, take a mental snapshot, and in your mind, you kind of open the door and step on into the card, and you see the whole panoramic view. This is just the doorway. As soon as you step in, just be aware of the changes of how you feel, how we feel emotionally, as well as in our bodies and our energy fields. Is a great gauge of energy. And the more we can quiet our minds, the more open we are to the subtle changes of frequency, just through how we feel, just through how our emotions subtly change. So when you step in, just gauge how you feel, and then you start to blend with the energies of the Judgment card and see what Archangel Gabriel has to say. Maybe there's other guides and helpers. Maybe there's other scenes that you see, and just ask for messages. What do I need to do now to have my initiation, so that the old self that I don't need anymore can die, so that the new self can be born. And then when that happens, you raise your frequencies, you develop new gifts, new intuitive gifts that some may consider superhuman, abilities to manifest, abilities to heal, and more knowledge, more communication from source, from the angels and the guides and the ascended masters. You might acquire new guides working with you. So for this community, we've been, a lot of you, or some of you have been with us for 4 years now. Others came on a little bit later, but however long you've been in this community and working with other similar communities, you've been preparing for an ultimate awakening. And this is the quantum leap of consciousness. And as we pass through that quantum leap, we pass through the quantum field. So we're closer to that realm that created everything. So this is a good time for manifestation work also, to really double down on that as well. So Brooke saying, bring on the changes. MDR saying, I recommend taking joy from small things. Great comment. Let's show that to everyone. I go saying that they cannot make us turn in our gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Also, they can't print their gold and silver either, like they can print dollar bills. Also, yeah. So anyway, judgment. Wow, I know, right? You're being taught the politicals are made To lobby is nice. I asked, how is that different than a bribe? Oh my God. For a 10-year-old, that's extremely insightful. Yeah. You've been with since 1100s. You've been for the I don't even remember when I hit 1,000. To be honest, I don't know. Observer made, yes, the observer effect. Remember that from quantum physics, that subatomic particles will behave differently if there's an actual person looking at it than if they're not. So it's kind of like where our attention goes, right? Energy flows where our attention goes. So if we observe something and we can change it on a subatomic level, we have the power to manifest reality also. And the MBR is like at 500. Yeah. All right. So let's do a 3-card spread now. I don't think Horses Triggers Hopes is here, but she got me this really lovely gift. That's supposed to hold cards. I'm going to see if this actually works. Or if I can actually get this to her. All right, so I need to clear my mind as I'm mixing the cards up. Because when we are thinking, we're not really connecting to source. Our conscious thoughts tend to not block it, but compromise our connection. We'll put it that way. So when we're not thinking, then that connection gets stronger because our monkey mind's not interfering, basically. I will shut my monkey mind off for a second. This card just came out, so we're going to go with that. See what the other two are. Oh, I pulled a really strong financial card. What are we talking about? We'll see that one in a second. This one and this one. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to see if we can make this work. It goes like so. Nice. Okay. Second card goes like so. Wow, this is working too. Third card like so. A lot with the world, a lot with the financial. We will show you in a second once I figure out how to get this third card to stay put. Nope. It would be hard enough to figure out if I was well rested. All right, let's see. Let's get that in here. Get this in here. Oh my goodness. All right, we got it. So here's the wow. I like this. I think this rotates too, or can rotate. So there we have it. 1, 2, and 3. So we can all see it, and I don't have to hold anything. So the 10 of Pentacles, what we're leading into, that's money, that's security. That's also could be community. That's kind of coming into the inner thing. The 8 of Swords tend to show where our restrictions lie, and the World card also. These are 2 Saturn-oriented cards because 8 in numerology, Saturn energy, and the World card is, even though it's the world and it's the earth, it's also guided by the powers of Saturn. And the feeling that I get is a lot of us, I was talking in the beginning about, making changes, awakening, and so forth. I feel like what the cards are saying, they want us to really understand where we may be stuck from our growth right now. The energies are getting really, really strong. But if we're stuck in some way and we're in a holding pattern, then it just gets uncomfortable and we get more ascension symptoms because the higher frequencies can't flow through us properly, and we're not able to make the proper changes in our lives to accommodate these higher frequencies. And sometimes just doing some very simple breath techniques, long deep breathing, can really move energy, or any breath technique can do that, that's designed to do that. So long deep breathing, you inhale love and light, hold it for a second, circulate that, and exhale and release. But really work on feeling the flow. And so when you meditate, feel the energies going through you, and as that's happening, just feel the energies clearing stuck or clogged energies, and do that every day, and then make decisions in your life that support freedom rather than being bound by situation. Now, granted, this is all a lot about money. Um, people that don't think that this whole system is set up in a certain way to dumb us down spiritually. Well, think of what's going on in the world. People have one job. Some people have two jobs. They're struggling to pay their bills. People are having to work overtime. Having to be married to their jobs. Doctors and lawyers are struggling, and most households need two or at least three incomes. So if we're really so hyper focused on money and our survival and our security, and money becoming harder and harder to come by, and inflation keeps going up, what that's going to do, you're not going to have a lot of time to meditate. You're not going to have a lot of energy and time to really explore your inner magnificence. And that's what, in my opinion, what the powers that be want. If we're so distracted that we don't even understand our own magnificence, our own spiritual connections, that we have the power to change so many things in our lives, and to grow spiritually and manifest things in our lives, and to heal things, all that stuff, it keeps us in this holding pattern. So I think this is coming up because things are really going to reach ahead, because those that are in control don't want to give up the ghost, but people are awakening. People are having their ascension, and they're seeing through things. So things get very messy and very ugly when that rubber band stretches till it finally snaps. Between the awakening ones and the ones that are trying to prevent people from awakening, basically. So yeah, and the Judgment card is there also. Exactly. So you've put that in a much more succinct term than I did, but that's exactly the point. Yeah. And not to mention, there's another. Yeah, your comments are coming in too fast. I'm missing them. Well, people are. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that one. Yeah. Oh, there's another comment. I think it was Suzette's comment that I wanted to flash, and it disappeared. Suzette, you are so kind. Thank you again for helping support us in our work with the super stickers. For those of you who don't know, super stickers look like this. And, I'm not telling, this is all free, but if anybody, cares to donate, it all supports our work here. And Michael's saying, I agree with you. The last thing these monkeys want is for humanity to actually know its own power. Yeah, you guys explained that a lot better than I did. Thank you for that. So let's see what else. I mean, sometimes I just need to look at the cards myself. For some of you, this could relate in some good news financially. Investments may pay off. There may be something, but this card is suggesting not to get bound and limited by your own money and your own resources, basically. So, but I mean, other than the limitations, it said it feels like there's a lot of energy. Things could really explode and break at any time. I think this week, I think what's happening with this full moon, it's just really opening up the floodgates of new energy. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time for that to show up in the world. So I think there's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of tension. I think people are going to be as ornery as ever, and even more so out there. So pack a lot of patience. I like to use spirit mirrors when I go out. So when I go out and I know I'm going to be around people, I just visualize a lot of silver light. I flip that so it's pointing outward, and just set the intention. Any negative or hostile energy, gets deflected away from me. Any good energy, I'll still absorb. So you can do that. It's a mental exercise, but energy flows where attention goes. So you place your attention on having protective mirrors around you, and they'll manifest for you. Basically, or things like that. The world card, I just feel like a lot of people are just tired. They're just going to be giving up and just like, I can't do this anymore. So, and these cards, they're very Saturnian, so that can be very depressing. Leaden energy. Lead is the metal of Saturn. So do what you need to do to invoke joy, whether it's breathing, dancing, things that make you happy. Do that this week. Personally, I do check in with the headline news. I recommend people not to do that, but it's good to know what they're saying. The more in your heart you are, the less that's going to program you, basically. Programming also comes through radio waves, Wi-Fi signals, cell phone signals. Frequency programming is always happening. And, that's one of the many reasons that people are so dumbed down right now. And they have been for a while. But the more in your heart you are, the more immune you are to that programming. And because the heart and the brain are really two parts of the same whole, and the heart's stronger, then when you bring your heart into coherence, your brain gets into coherence. You're in the energetic eye of the storm, and it can all swirl around you, and they can do all they want, but you become immune to that, basically. So that's basically what I'm getting. And oh, sorry. So you've been really enduring that. So lots of prayers for Suzanne. Yeah, I mean that's been happening to me, but not consistently for all that time. Yeah, my friend Andy Paradiso that has the crystal store in Kingston, right next to my office. He has health conditions also, and he says I don't sleep. I'll nap here and there in the nighttime. I'll take naps in the day, but he cannot get a full night's sleep, and I guess you get used to it. But OMG, yes. To answer your question, absolutely, you can definitely do that. Yeah. Say today, August 18th, is considered the Hungry Ghost Festival. It is believed that the gates of hell will open and the Taoists and Buddhists will perform rituals to transmute. So, these celebrations come up for a reason, So, during the wheel of the year, this time of year, and they considered August 18th has a meaning. We have all this stuff going on, and though Susan Ald's not in, but I'll give her a shout out because she watches as a video. Happy birthday to you! Hope you're having a good time. I think her birthday's on the 18th of August. But yeah, but thank you, Lord. That is fascinating. So let's see. I don't have my Native American tarot, but I do have the Dolly deck. Thanks to Adam and your Frazee of the Manifest Yourself channel got me this extraordinary gift, and I love Salvador Dali. So let's pull a supplementary card. I have Medicare now, so the word supplemental comes up. Supplemental Part B. All right. Anyway, clearing my mind. Found my card. I don't know if this will fit somewhere. I'll just hold it. So I'm not even going to reverse this one. This is the Page of Swords. Beautiful. Swords is the mind and intellect. Pages can be news, communication. Yeah. Discernment or discretion is a better part of valor, right? Discernment's important in this world. Not everybody's reachable, not everybody's teachable. And me, all of us, we may wind up trying to help people, but we're really laying the pearls before the swine, so to speak. But the swords is truth and pages is news. So I just think that this is kind of saying for those that you trust, and and also maybe even through social media or whatever, speak your truth and try to help those that can be helped. And everything. So this is good, and you may get some news. Sometimes pages are news. What else can I see in this card? And that green what's that, a throng, whatever that's called. Green is also healing energy, so this could be also a message about healing as well. um I think that some of you are likely to be going a little bit more public, with your views and stuff like that. Maybe one or two more of you may start a YouTube channel, or get more involved in doing like reels, or posts on social media. Put your spirit mirrors up. There's a lot of hostile energy out there. Oh, thank you. Yes, hit the like button, guys. That'd be awesome. Maybe we'll get more people coming in as a video. The algorithm may pick it up a little bit more. Yeah, so there's that. And I just love his artwork also. Anyway, again, news. So watch the news. Yeah, I think the other thing that may be saying is that there's going to be a few breaking stories this week. Again, we have the Democratic National Convention happening during a full moon, where Uranus is T-squaring it at what is it, 27 degrees, the Liberator. Demonstrations, all that's picking up. I mean, I don't think you need a psychic to know that. Just look around. But anyway, I have other things. So I have Isis Oracle deck with me right now. I'm going to pull from this one. Get an Isis message. And I always want to sing Bob Dylan when I pick up these cards. That's because I remember being a child when his song Isis came out. Or maybe like 10, 11, or 12. I never heard of Isis. I remember asking my mom, what is Isis? What does that mean? And then she explained it's an Egyptian goddess. So that's the first time I've heard about Isis. Also, I have a client named Isis, and so it is a name that a few people have also. Anyway, tuning into the great goddess energy, and Egyptian pantheons and star travelers. What we got here is enter the chamber of healing. So healing's becoming a message also this week. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. So healing really starts with the heart, in my opinion. The more we bring the heart into coherence, the more the brain locks in, and the more it triggers our immune responses in our body, or balances that. I mean, I've had all my life, various autoimmune stuff. So my immune system kicks butt. In fact, it attacks its own skin. So there you have it. Although that I healed from, about 6 or 7 years ago. So I don't have that condition anymore. But there's others that I'm working on. So enter the chamber of healing. I think Mercury's still retrograde. We have a powerful full moon. It's in the sign Leo, which is healing. A lot of stuff's moving into Virgo. That's a healing sign. In fact, there's a second T-square tomorrow that involves, I think, Venus in Virgo. I think it's Venus. And one of the planets is in Virgo also. And go into the quiet. In mediumship practice, though I've never done this, when I get out to Arthur Findlay College, I'll experience it. But they have mediums sitting in the closet, basically, or blindfold, and it's almost similar effect to an isolation chamber, that you eliminate all distraction, you can go deeper. And some people that do physical mediumship, or that are able to get such a strong connection to the spirit world, that they can actually summon them to move things. Like in trumpet seances where the trumpet rose up. Of course, back in the day, they started to fake the physical mediumship with wires and stuff like that, and undermine the whole spiritualist movement. And there's been trickles of that in modern spiritualism also. But point being is, if we can go deeper into the silence, and eliminate the distraction of the world, we go deeper into spirit and the core of our own healing abilities. So try to stay in your heart this week. The energies are going to be very intense from what I'm getting. Astrologically, that certainly shows. And, if you find yourself getting triggered by others or the outside world, when you catch yourself, go back into your breathing, open your heart, feel grateful and compassionate. That makes the heart coherent. your heart changes when that happens. More blood flows through your heart, through the arteries. It changes your whole body when you really just sit with gratitude and appreciation. It's very healthy for you. So anyway, there you have it. So enter the chamber of healing. That's another message for us all. I've got so many different texts with me. How about Moonology? Is Millie on? So this was gifted to me by Millie. The Isis Oracle deck was gifted to me by Josh from. I'm telling you, my mind's not working today. From Mr. Floyd Channeling's channel. I want to do this in 4 piles for some reason. I don't know why. 44 in chat. That means about a dozen people got bored and left. Sorry. All right, so here we go. So what we got here is new moon eclipse. So we had a solar eclipse not that long ago. Those energies are still very active. So the message here is expect powerful change. So that again, that's just kind of reinforcing expect powerful change. Yeah, we had the lunar eclipse. I went all the way out to Western New York, 6-hour drive to Lilydale. It was completely overcast. So I got to watch day turn at night, but it was cloudy. Then I sat in Sweat Lodge and just kind of left a lot in that lodge, a lot of old crap left in that lodge. So and you know, the card I pulled before from the Isis deck, that could be Sweat Lodge also, the Chamber of Healing. So if you have an opportunity to do Sweat Lodge ceremony, maybe that's a good time for that. It's an interesting comment. You know, it's worth flashing because we were talking about Native American. Most not all the gold and silver belonged to the Native Americans. The mounds were sacred to them, and the U.S. government sold their land to obtain gold and silver. This is true. So was doe deer, a female deer. Yeah. American gold and silver, yes. Yeah, good point, Brianna. We're talking about the Americas, and most of it. I mean, you know, some of it, came from like outside of Sacramento. I mean, you know, a lot of it was from Colorado. You know, point is, it's definitely taken and agreed with here. I've Kyle Grade. I think this is the Divine Masters Oracle deck. I have 2 of them that sometimes I confuse them, but I think I've got the Divine Masters Oracle deck with me. That was a gift from Doreen from Children's School of Yoga. And as soon as she is healed, she will be doing another yoga class for us here on the channel. And the master that I got is Shiva. So, you know, Shiva's like fire, right? The consort of Kali, I believe. But let me see what this says. Karma release, the end of a cycle. Debts are paid. Choose your destiny. So as part of the healing, we can start to release some old karma. Karma's learning and lessons and growth. Have you learned from the challenges in your life yet? If so, do a little ceremony to release all karma back to source. Yeah, there's ceremonies that you can go into the Akashic records, take out the what's it called? Take out the the records, the karmic records, and have them null and void. There's different ways of doing this. So that's another facet of this energy. So we talk about Rogers and Hammerstein here. It's not as easy as that. No. Do I have a? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to post that comment. Maybe I did and I forgot. I'm using StreamYard. Yeah, and StreamYard's a streaming service that goes to a server. So so that's one of the advantages of StreamYard, that they have their own server and it comes to them. So it's not like coming from my like I don't have to download a program to use StreamYard, in other words. But you know, I think that I think that most streaming services that you can do that. Streisand can't read music. Okay. I believe you, Jody. You would know. You would know that. Yeah, the 100%. Yeah, I'm missing some of yours. Shiva, the destruction for the rebirth. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's like the phoenix energy, right? So thank you. Yeah, I missed whatever comment. Oh, I've got to see. Disgusting. All right, I can't. A lot has been stolen from Africa. Yeah, so much has been stolen from Africa, right? Including human beings. OMG. That's why things have to change. That's why we have to keep doing our work so that once that 100th monkey gets it, then all of a sudden the politicians start to become a little bit more compassionate and working more for the people again. But we're not there yet. Well, maybe we are, because I think it was 2 years ago. The master teachers were saying we were approaching that 100th monkey, and it should have happened already. Maybe it did, and just the physical world is going to take time to catch up with it. But if that's the case, changes are going to happen. All this in the next several years is just going to tumble down. The 2030 agenda is not going to happen. And what's been happening, because we have extraterrestrial help, we have guides, we have ascended beings that are helping us. All these horrible prophecies, they've been coming true, but not nearly as bad as what was predicted, back in the day. And I just think they're helping us. I mean, there's certain things that have to happen for our evolution. Certain wheels are already set in motion, but they're helping to make it not as bad as it could be. And I think that trend's going to continue. So, fingers crossed, prayers around that, right? All right, what's left? Do I have my sacred geometry cards? Yes, I do. They're just in the box. Frequency of the week. I'm going to do these last few quickly because I'm getting burnt out, and you guys have been hanging in there like troopers for an hour. Although I see slowly the numbers are going down, but a lot of you have been hanging out for a while for this whole live stream. All right. So let me just ask Spirit to give us the right frequency of the week for the sacred geometry deck. And that frequency is delight. We've had this one a couple of times. Very solar, very happy, very joyful energy, very solar plexus. Sometimes we need that strength and courage that can be generated through our third chakras. And the message here is the frequency of delight supports. It's very dark out, so it's hard. It's even hard for me to read cards with glasses. Even the frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. And yeah, joy in all its various forms, love, appreciation, is a very, very high frequency. So we want to make joy our base emotion. I mean, we'll always run the full gamut of emotions, anger, fear, disgust, all that included. But make joy and love your base emotions. And that's going to help you to be in the heart and in the eye of the storm also. And if you want to just gaze in the center of this for a moment, because really the real message is in the frequency. Language is very limiting, obviously. Yeah, I'm glad to hear comments. Obviously, I'm missing a few things. All right, so there's that. Let's quickly do our totem animal and angel message and get us on our way for the rest of our day. I'm seeing something winged in my mind. It looks like a turkey, but let me see what I pull. Usually what I see in my mind, I don't pull, but Spirit gives that to me directly. What we pulled here is raccoon. So raccoon, they're the little bandits, right? Little thieves, those raccoons, yeah. But it's kind of like taking from the rich and giving to the poor. They're like the Robin Hoods. Since I don't know the full meaning, I do have the book handy, so let me just see what I'm missing here. There may be a message in something that I'm missing. And generous protector. So And raccoon carries the medicine, a protector of the underdog, provider of the young, infirmed, and elderly, often called Little Bandit by Southern tribes. So again, it's the Robin Hood energy. So just to know, I think spiritual reminding, we do have generous protectors, and it's good to really be connected in community so we can help protect and support one another through that. Very good. Yes. And then I have messages from the angels deck also. I have to look up and invest in another angel deck, I think. Yeah, that wasn't created by Doreen Virtue. Not that I have anything against her, even though she will just say had fundamental spiritual changes, in her views of life and her cards and everything, but the knowledge and wisdom and the energy's still there. And what I got is Mystique. I like this one. Mystique, and the message here is keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Perseverance will take off. Keep moving forward. Again, we live in a world where or society where the innovative ones, the spiritual ones, the collective consciousness, the programming tries to stop us, and it triggers people to try to stop you. So if you get knocked down, that happens to me a lot. I may have a brief pity party or whatever, but I'll sooner or later I'll brush it off, get back on my horse, and keep charging forward. So the idea is, as long as we're alive and breathing, we can make a difference in our lives and in the world around us. So that is what I have for you guys. So Monday at 7, we're going to do some very powerful frequency channeling for this very powerful full moon that's coming up, a supermoon. I think it's going to be with Archangel Metatron, but I haven't gotten that for sure yet. Always with the master teachers. So if you're new and don't know what that is, I work with these energies. They're interdimensional. They're beings of light and energy. And they work, when I channel, they work with my fields. And then when I lead the meditation and we join energetically, they're able to, with the your permission and the permission of your higher self, are able to work with your frequencies and raise your frequencies, increase the flow of vibration. And this will help with your awakening and help with healing and whatever else needs to be done. So anyway, that's happening Monday. And that's basically it. Love you guys. Angels singing. Yes, Jody. Thank you for that. And thank you, Jennifer. I missed your comments, but I believe that you're so beautiful also. Okay, and I want to flash this. So today I'm going to do an offering, yeah. And I will sing and dance because I do that almost every day anyway. Okay, thank you for that. So Laura's saying have a beautiful day. Thank you, Laura, for being here and commenting. Carla. Yeah, thank you for, I think her name's Karma, but Horses Triggers Hope. She's not on the live. There's another one. See you all tonight. Oh, there's going to be Fire Oma tonight also. Oh, I see. It's tonight on Hula, but you can catch the link on Mr. Floyd's channeling. I think I'm busy tonight, but if I can, I'll stop in. All right. Hi, current comment. All right, ending now. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.